What are you going to do different? Whatever you do, hope it's good stuff. Do not make these mistakes. What are they? Well, it's time to find out. Hit it. Hit it. There we go. I don't know if my little guy is there he goes. Come on, little guy. Start dancing. Start dancing. Oh, yeah. Welcome to a fresh new episode of the Fitness Avengers, where we fight fat, frustration, and fitness fakes. I'm your host, master trainer, author Tony Arreola from TotalBodyProject.com on a personal mission to help you live your life fit. Coming at you every Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube live. Woo! Yeah, that's right. Wow, 2022 is here. It's a crazy year. But what happened in 2021 and 2020? I feel like we're like reliving the same year again. Now that Omicron's coming and people are, I don't know if we're gonna have to go back to lockdown again. It's just a movie that just will not will not end. And what happened during COVID and this whole thing, the average Americans, 40% of all Americans gain weight. What about you? How was your last year? Did you gain weight? And I know now that 2022 is here, you're probably excited to shed those LBs. I know a lot of my clients are really pumped for New Year's, new goals, new resolutions, and that might be exactly the wrong approach. Let me explain in a little bit. If you're watching the show live, make sure you say hello. If you're watching the replay or anywhere, hit the hashtag LiveFit. I've got special offers for you. Anything from getting my book, I got a secret to the skinny guide, and even a breakthrough coaching call. So hit the hashtag LiveFit, hit that in the comments, and I will send you a link. But today we are going to discuss your 2022. How to make your year different. How to start, how to get more results, and most importantly, how to avoid those classic mistakes that even when I tell people not to make these mistakes, they're going to make them. They're going to be sad. our Ask the Trainer today is, what's the best diet to lose weight fast? And I get this question a lot, so I'm really happy that they answer this. Again, comment Live Fit for your chance to get a copy of my book, Get Me Skinny. I also have a guide, Secret to the Skinny Guide, that you can get access to, and a quiz that you can take to figure out if you really understand this fat loss things. If you're looking to lose fat, which I think in America most people are. So let's look. 2022. I mean, they told us not to gather together. They told us not to do, these New Year's parties, but we still did them. We still went out. And now Omicron is just going crazy. These cases are just everywhere. And it's a kind of scary time. So I just want you to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, making sure that you're sleeping, drinking the right amount of water, taking care of yourself so that you can combat this evil virus. You want to protect yourself so that you can be set up for success. Because it's hard to get in shape and accomplish your goals when you're horizontal. And horizontal means lay down in bed. So take care of yourself, protect yourself, mask up when you need to. So 2022, new year, new me. And when you're thinking about your 2022 goals, you really want to start with some recon of 2021. What did you do well? What was working for you? And what just kind of fell apart? And once you start kind of diagnosing your 2021, then you can start to really game plan a realistic, foolproof plan that gives you a better chance for 2022. Because sadly, I see people that tell me like, oh, this is what I've done and this is what worked for me in the past, but then they're out of shape. So if you've done that, then that didn't work for you because it's in the past. What we need to do is what I talk about with my clients is that you want what's called an identity shift. You don't want to be someone who goes to eat healthy. You want to become a healthy person. You don't want to be someone who runs a half marathon or a marathon. You want to become a runner. You don't want to be a parent that eats right. You want to be a role model for your children. So once you can make this identity shift, then this fitness game and this health game and everything else becomes a lot easier, because then you will do the actions that align with your true self. And that's what really will make the difference. Now, if you're not in shape, what you did before didn't work. Okay. I know that's kind of harsh, but these are the facts. You want to do something different in 2022 if you want different results. So think of the plan. If you had like a, kind of a cockamamie plan, or if you had a something focused that maybe was in the wrong direction, or maybe you got caught up in the latest fitness trend and it just didn't work for you, then you need a new strategy in order to succeed in 2022. And the biggest thing, right, is how do you start? And the easiest place to start is with small, simple steps. You really want to start casting the votes for your new identity. You really want to start showing up with the new behaviors that align with your true self. And if I talk about this true self in my, my book, Get Me Skinny, my new book that's coming out, I actually really harper on your true self, which is aligning your core values, your goals, and your identity of how you want to show up to the world. And when you have the actions, the behaviors that align with your true self, you're going to get harmony. It's going to feel good. And that's where you win. Because when you say you want to be healthy, but then your actions don't align with it, then you get this thing called ambivalence, right? They're competing demands, and that's going to get you nowhere. So think about who you are at your core, who you want to become, and then start selecting the behaviors that match with that identity. If you're watching live, go hit those hearts, hit those loves. If you're watching on replay, comment live fit, hashtag live fit, and I will send you the secrets of the skinny guy. I will give you access to my ebook, Get Me Skinny, and you can take the fat loss quiz, and there's so many good stuff that you can do in there. So just comment comment live fit, and then I will send you all that stuff. Get Me Fit's my second book, actually, but it's going to change. The title's changing. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. So now you're thinking about getting in shape, right? You've talked to everybody. You're 2022. You're online. You're excited. You're like, all right, I'm going to do this. What do I do first? Well, the first thing is you need to put out the fire. And what I mean by put out the fire is you need to manage the stress in your life first before you add health and wellness. Let me explain why. If your house is on fire, you don't want to go and cut the grass. you want to put out the fire first, because then when the fire is out, then you have the time for health and wellness. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, since they haven't designed the right lifestyle, health and fitness is this thing that they go do. So if they're in a stressed out, kind of chronic stress situation, the last thing you want to do is add more stuff to do. They're already too busy. They already don't have enough time. And you're going to give them more things to do. It's just not going to work. And if you find yourself like in a stress-filled state, you wake up and you're answering emails, jumping on calls, getting the coffee, running to work, running back from work, working overtime to working through life, that's really stressful. You're not really going to have time to work out. So my advice, if you're in a stress situation, is put the fire out first, right? Put the oxygen mask on first. Take care of yourself first. Then when you bring the noise out, then you can start implementing a health, a wellness program. One of the skills that you can use, and I'll give you a quick tip right now, is this practice called notice and name. And notice and name is a practice where when you feel a stressor coming out, like, maybe somebody said something or somebody cut you off in traffic, or you have these, we call them automatic negative thoughts or ants. They come up and then, they kind of derail you. Is you want to notice that thought and you want to name it. And the way I like to think about thoughts is when they kind of fly at you, I like to catch these thoughts. It's called metacognition. And what that means is that these thoughts, I catch these thoughts and I decide whether this thought serves me or whether this thought hurts me. And if it serves me, I keep the thought. And if it doesn't serve me, I get rid of the thought, diminish it, or change it. Because once you can start, and I know it sounds like a lot of monitoring and thoughts. In the beginning, it does feel like that. But after a while, you just become very aware of these thoughts that come into your brain. And you can decide if they serve you or if they hurt you. And if they hurt you, get rid of those things. And life is too short to be wasting moments thinking negatively or thinking really down about ourselves. We want to be thinking positively and really embracing elevated emotions because that's where our body feels its best. And you're thinking about change. You're thinking about establishing a lifestyle that will serve you. So what you're really talking about is establishing behaviors. And what are behaviors? Habits. Because first you build your habits, then your habits build you. 50% of our lives are automatic. And if we can get that 50% to be healthy, then it will serve you. You'll just get up. That's what you do. You go to sleep at the right time, you get your steps, you have a sleep ritual, you have a morning ritual, you have focus time. You just do these things on automatic. You eat vegetables because that's what you do. You don't think about those things. And now these habits are serving you. And that's been my calling and my holy grail and my North Star for the past few years is if I can get you, I can get my clients to really embrace this term called automaticity and build the right habits, then fitness becomes a lot more manageable and a lot easier because then it moves from forethought to the back burners. And then you have more bandwidth to do things that you really enjoy doing, spending time with your loved ones. Like for me, it's my wife, my puppy, riding your bike or whatever the case may be, whatever what you love to do in life, then you don't have to worry about fitness. So think about building these habits because they're crucial to your success. And with these habits, you create these. What the habits allow you to do is create a new lifestyle that will serve you, a lifestyle that aligns with your true self, a lifestyle that aligns with your with your values, with your goals, and with your identity. And the more you live in harmony, the better your body's going to feel. And I'm telling you from experiencing it, but also from seeing it with clients, is just beautiful. That's harmony. That's the way that we are supposed to live. So don't think about program for how many days or when can I go back to doing what. Think of designing a lifestyle that you are proud to be. What you're looking for here is, and as obviously as you start your journey, you want to start thinking about progress over perfection. And what that means is you're going to make mistakes. It's going to be a long, difficult road. And this is a puzzle that you need to solve. And you can get some wins, you can get some feedback, you can start looking for things that kind of work but didn't work. But the whole time you're looking for progress. You're looking for that 1% um, enhancement over yesterday. You want to keep working these things, and eventually you'll solve the puzzle because once you solve it, once you solve that equation, then your lifestyle will really serve you. And then that's when health and wellness is just it's just who you are. That's just you get up and that's what you do. And now please avoid these classic mistakes for your 2022. Avoid these mistakes at all costs. The first one that I see, and I'll see it again, I'll see it in the gym again, is people going way too hard, way too hard. I think there's even like a program called Going Harder, hard or something hard in 90 years, something crazy, which is not sustainable. You don't want that. Don't go too hard because you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna give up, and it never works. It hasn't worked before, and it won't work now. The next mistake I see is setting unrealistic expectations. People want to lose like 30 pounds like in 2 weeks. It didn't take you 2 weeks to gain the 30 pounds. So what makes you think you can lose them in 2 weeks? Just not gonna happen. The next mistake I see is people the blind leading the blind. My cousin Chewy told me to do this. My tia Tacha told me to do that, and that's what I'm gonna do. But they're not in shape. The blind leading the blind, and unfortunately, that leads to more failure. And my other one that I love to hear is, I already know what to do. I'm just not doing it. Ah, God. If I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I probably have like close to $7. I already know what to do. I'm just not doing it. But that doesn't make any sense. It's like, I already know how to be rich. I'm just not doing it. Well, you don't know how to be rich if if you're not doing it. So don't lie to yourself. Figure out things that actually work for you, and you can actually maintain over the long haul, that you can do in a year, 5 years, 10, 20, 30 years. For your 2022 goals, what you need to do is you have to master the fundamentals: water, nutrition, movement, vitamins, sleep. And encompassing all of that is you have to manage the stress, right? Learn how to manage the stress and change chronic stress to acute stress. Some stress is okay and some stress is needed, but when it's chronic, it's really it's really troublesome on the body, and you'll recognize that in the form of illness and unhappiness, and just plain sucks. So focus on the fundamentals. There's a reason the fundamentals work so well, and there's a reason like all experts talk about the fundamentals, because even these things, all right, enough water, the right amount of food, good whole foods, moving enough, taking your vitamin, getting plenty of sleep, managing the stress is hard enough for everybody. It's hard enough for everybody. But if you get those things down, then everything becomes a lot easier. The next tip I have for you is, if you're serious about getting to your goals, get an expert to help you. Get a trainer, a coach, get a class, get a therapist, someone who knows what they're doing to help you, to point you in the right direction, so that you're not struggling with this anymore. Because when you're struggling with it, it sucks. It's not fun. It's a lot more fun once you get in shape. It's a lot more fun once you feel good. It's a lot more fun. You get a lot more joy out of life when you feel and look your best. But that can only happen if you follow an expert that is walking the walk, right? Not these fitness fakes that I refer to all the time. Somebody that's walking the walk and leading by example. So you want somebody that you respect, that's reputable, and it's not just some fly by night trainer that, oh, I used to be a trainer, I know what to do. Well, if you used to be a trainer, then you probably weren't any good. So don't listen to those people. You want people that know what they're doing. Get an expert. Get somebody who can really help you. If you want more help, hit the hashtag LiveFit, comment LiveFit if you're watching this, and I will send you an invite to join the Fitness Avengers, which is our group where we fight, fat, frustration, and those fitness fakes. So hit the LiveFit. And now for Ask the Trainer, what's the best diet to lose weight fast? That's what people ask me all the time. And here it is. If you want to lose weight fast, don't eat. You'll lose weight like super fast. Take a diuretic, stop drinking water, and you'll lose weight fast. Unfortunately, you won't lose fat that fast, though, but you will lose weight. So I think the better question to ask is, what changes to my diet, small changes in my diet that will help me over the long run, can I implement today to help me? Now, let me state that again. What small changes to my diet that I can implement today that will help me a year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Because you're looking for granular changes that will help you, right? Add maybe if you don't like vegetables, maybe you can try a vegetable. Maybe you can add some fruit. Maybe you can eat a little bit slower. Maybe you can eat not distracted. Maybe you can cut back on some of the ice cream. There's the things that you can do today that will help improve your diet. And you're not looking for perfection. You're looking for progress. You're looking for consistency. Because if you keep doing that, keep improving your diet a little bit every single day, in a year, 2 years, 5 years, you're going to be a completely different person. When I started on this journey, I ate fast food, drank during the week at burritos, and of course I was like 190 pounds at that point. But now if I look at my diet, I wouldn't even recognize myself. But that didn't happen overnight. That happened over years and years of iteration, iteration, iteration. So think about what changes you can make today that are sustainable for today, tomorrow, and for the rest of your life. And now let's look at one of my favorite exercises. This is a lunge to balance. And the reason I love this exercise is because it's versatile. You don't need equipment, and it really challenges the neuromuscular connections in the body. And what that means is that the balance, because we all need balance when we walk on one foot, this is a great way to keep that balance training in your program. So let's see what this guy has to say. Lunge to single leg balance. Drive up, contract the abs, squeeze the butt, bring the knee down, 90-degree bend, 1 inch from the ground. Repeat on both sides. 90-degree bend, knee over the ankle, come down 1 inch from the ground, drive up into a nice balance. With that exercise, what you want to do is, let me rewind it actually a little bit, is here, when you're in this single leg balance, you want to squeeze the abs, you want to squeeze the butt, and you want to flex the quad. So it's actually 3 different muscles that you're working. At the same time, you want to relax your neck, relax your shoulders, and make sure that everything is in line. But try this exercise. If you have knee problems, obviously stay away from this exercise. But I think it's a good exercise to start implementing that will help you challenge that, that proprioception and help you, which is a fancy word for balance training. It's your space, your environment. So you try this in your workouts and let me know how it goes. All right. Thank you again. It's a new year. I'm really excited. I've been off for a little while, celebrating the holidays, celebrating the time with my wife, and and a birthday as well. And it's been just an incredible dream come true. 2021, even though it had its adversity with this pandemic, kind of like, it was a year that I got married, and a year that I'm very grateful for all the learnings and all the opportunity, and all the challenges that I faced that really helped me develop into the person I am today. So thank you for tuning in. Please use the hashtag LiveFit, comment LiveFit for a chance to get the Secret to the Skinny guide, Get Me Skinny book, a fat loss quiz, and a chance if you want a coaching call, we'll jump on there as well. So use that. You hit it on the comments right below, and then I'll reach out to you. Tune in next week where we have our secrets of the skinny revealed. How do we get skinny? I want to know. Everybody wants to know, how do I get skinny, and how do I get skinny fast? Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, it's time to live your life fit. Take it away, host of Forensic Tales.
Thank you for watching the Fitness Avenger live show. If you like the show, make sure to like it and share. Please join us next week on Facebook Live.
Face mask, everybody.
This week's show is brought to you by our close friends at Total Body Project. Visit totalbodyproject.com for more.